sweetheart. What's wrong? Class hasn't started yet. Oh, okay. I should have guessed. Test anxiety is completely normal. I used to get it all the time. And now I'm a teacher. I still get it, in fact. Yes. Well, how about I help you go over what will be on the test? We'll make up some study cards for you to look over, and we'll just sort of relax together and calm down and breathe until it's test time, okay? Yes. Okay, so let me just get my book out. Okay. Yes, it's quite large. So, for a science class, as you know, this chapter is all about crystals. So, the test will be over 3 different main crystals. Yes. So, we'll just look over the 3 main ones, and we'll find some of the main points that I think you should know for the test, and we'll write some note cards on it. How does that sound? Great. Yes. Okay, so the very first crystal will be the clear quartz. So let me just find it in our book here. Let's see. So, how have you been liking class? Good. You're always so attentive, and I really love that you try to answer as many questions as possible. So, thank you. Let's see. Okay. Here we are. Let's flip to clear quartz. Here we are. The clear quartz. So, I'm just going to start reading about it, and once I start to see some points that will be good for note cards, we'll start to write them down. Yes. And for a bit of an aid here, as I showed you in class, I do have the crystal itself here. It's quite beautiful. This one is clear on some points, but you can tell it's a little bit more cloudy on other points. So this is actually called a clear quartz cluster. It is really, really beautiful. So let's read about it, shall we? Okay. So, quartz is a silicon dioxide crystal with a hardness of 7. Its crystal system is hexagonal. and it is amongst the most abundant of minerals. The quartz family includes many stones discussed elsewhere in this book, and in fact, the silicon oxide molecule of quartz is a part of the wide array of minerals designated as silicates. Quartz crystals are found on every continent and perhaps in every country on Earth. The writing in this section is mainly about varieties of clear quartz crystals, except as otherwise noted. So, let me set my book down here. Alright, so let's get out our note cards here. Let's see. Yes, okay. So, I also have my little clipboard here. So, let's use this orange marker first. So, what did you learn in that paragraph that you think might be important for the test that we went over in class? Good. So, clear quartz has a hardness of 7. So let's write it down here. So, here is our very first note card. Alright. So, let's keep reading, shall we? Yes, okay. So, I'll set this back here. And let's continue. Classically, clear quartz stones are thought of as colorless, candle-shaped, hexagonal, prismatic crystals with relatively smooth sides and naturally faceted terminations at one or both ends. This description fits most of the varieties in this chapter, although quartz can occur in numerous other growing habits, including compact or concretionary masses and fibrous forms, as well as macrocrystalline quartz, which is not prismatic. Let's see here. What else do we have? Okay. Clear quartz exhibits the property of, this is a big word, piezoelectricity, by which it can transform mechanical energy into electromagnetic energy, and vice versa. This makes it useful in such as devices, crystal radios, microphones, watches, radio transmitters, etc. Clear quartz is sometimes called rock crystal and is the stone most often thought of when the term quartz is used. The name comes from the Greek for ice, and some of the ancients believed that quartz crystal was water frozen so hard it could never thaw. Alright. So, what was the point that you learned from that? Yes, okay. Alright, let's write it down. We'll do it on the back of this one, okay? So we have clear quartz comes from the Greek word meaning ice. Ice, 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 ice. So just remember how they spoke of that they used to think that clear quartz was frozen water, but really it's a crystal. So there is our first card. Now, let's take a look at our second crystal. So, our second crystal will be the rose quartz. Rose, rose, rose quartz. Now, let's flip to see what they have to say about it here. Rose quartz, rose quartz, rose quartz. Now, here I have a rose quartz point. It's quite beautiful. I love the color of it. So, as you can tell, it is pink, and as I said, rather than being a cluster, this is a point. And sometimes, as we read about clear quartz, or quartz in general, they come in all shapes and sizes. So sometimes you'll find them with points on both ends. Naturally, this one has a man-made point, like so. They're quite beautiful. Okay, so let's see here. Let's learn a little bit about rose quartz, shall we? So, rose quartz is a member of the quartz family. A silicon dioxide crystal with a hardness of 7. So it's just like the clear quartz. Let's see. Its name is derived from its color, which ranges from very pale pink to a deep reddish pink. Its clarity can range from opaque to translucent to transparent, although most transparent pieces are rather foggy. Let's see here. Rose quartz is the quintessential stone of love. Love for oneself, one's life, partner, children, family, friends, community, the earth, the universe, and the divine. Meditating with one of these stones provides an envelope of love energy around oneself and activates the heart chakra for the emanation of one's innate love. Let's see. All right. So, all forms of rose quartz emanate the same essential energies, but the clusters of prismatic rose quartz crystals are more powerful for their size than any other variety. Clearer and or deeper colored rose quartz is usually considered more powerful than the material that is opaque and pale. Alright, let me put my book down. And let's talk a little about what we learned. So, any points that you thought were important? Yes. Okay, good. Alright. So, let's use this pink marker here. And got a new note card. And let's write down that point here. So, a deep, rich, colored rose quartz is most sought after. Great. All right. So here's one side, and anything else that you thought might be on the test that you would like to study? Okay, I agree. Yes. So, like clear quartz, rose quartz has so, like clear quartz, rose quartz has a hardness of 7. Okay. I think that's a great point to include and study. Alright. Here we are, both sides. I'll set this here for you. Let me close the cap on that. Alright. Okay, so our next crystal will be the amethyst. So, as you can tell, it is purple, 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 and it is just gorgeous. They are surprisingly quite expensive if you're looking for them in stores. So, this is a rather small piece, but it still adds so much to a room. Can you take any guesses? What might be familiar about the amethyst with the rose quartz? Good, good. So, like the rose quartz, a deep, rich color is more sought after, and you'll find will be more expensive. Now, shall we read about it? Alright, let's find it in our book. So, we are looking for amethyst. Amethyst, amethyst. Oops, let's see here. Let's see. It is going to be towards the front. Getting close. I think this might be it. There we are. Alright. So, here we have amethyst. And you can see that we have a beautiful photo of a large, deep purple amethyst to the side. So, let's read about it, shall we? Okay, so this crystal as well has a hardness of 7. It varies from pale to deep purple. It is derived from the combination of trace amounts of iron and aluminum, plus natural or applied irritation. Amethyst crystals and gem rough are found in numerous locations throughout the world, including Brazil, Bolivia, Mexico, Africa, Canada, Russia, the United States, and Europe. Amethyst has been prized for its beauty and its legendary energies for thousands of years. Neolithic people in Europe used it at least as early as 25,000 BC. And in ancient Egypt, it was made into beads and amulets. Early Greek and Roman societies placed high value on amethyst, and it has long been viewed as a stone of royalty, utilized in crowns, scepters, and the rings of bishops. Alright. So, let's get a new card out. And let's use, oh, there goes my markers. Let's use blue here. Alright. So, tell me, what do you want me to write down? What you learned? Okay, great. Nice job. So, we have the amethyst was considered as a royalty stone, or a crystal, I should say, and was used back in 25,000 BC. Yes. Alright. Now, anything else that you would like me to write down with my yellow marker? Okay. Alright. Yes, I can write that down. Yes, that's a good point. Okay. Let's see here. Alright. So, there we have our final point. The amethyst crystal has a hardness of level 777. So, there we have our final note card. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 6 different points here. And we looked at 1, 2, and 3 crystals. So, these will be sitting on my desk in the classroom during your test, so feel free to look at them and not only use it as a reminder for points on your test, but let them sort of calm you. Crystals are not only a decoration piece, but they can have calming effects. Alright, so I will see you in class when it is time for our test, okay? Alright, I will see you there. Okay, class, so it is the day of the test, alright? It's time, so I hope that you've done your studying. I hope that you took my advice and made note cards and took time to look over the 3 crystals that we discussed in class. Yes, okay. So, I have your test here. I will pass them out and I'm going to put them face down. When I tell you, please turn the test over and you can go ahead, and then after I will grade them. Yes. Any questions? Any questions? Alright. Okay, great. Please remember, it is just a test, alright? So, no pressure. Take a deep breath in and out. Yes, okay? It's all on the table now. Just take it. Use your knowledge. I know you know it. Okay, you can do it. I believe in all of you. Yes, okay. So I'll pass this out, and then you can begin. Alright. Okay, class. So I have collected all of your tests, and now I'm just going to grade them quick. I have my answer key right here. So just relax, feel free to sit on your phones, read a book, take a deep breath. It's all over now. And I will grade them and let you know your score. Yes, okay. So, let's see here. Okay. So we have the answer key here. Alright. good. And yes. Alright, let's see. Bonus question. Okay. Great. Hi. Yes. Yes. You know what? I can certainly tell you your grade now. I know that you studied a lot, and I know that you worked so hard, and we sat in class together and studied. How did the note cards go? Good? You feel like it helped you? Good, good. How did you feel for the test? Calm? Great. Good. I am so glad to hear that. So, I suppose I can let you know your grade. So you feel like the flashcards helped you? Yeah? Well, I can tell that they certainly did, because you, my friend, got A plus, A plus. Yes, A plus, A plus, A plus. Yes, I knew that you could do it. Yes. You studied hard, and I know that you care, and that is why you got anxiety over it. But it has paid off, so just relax now. Everything is just fine. Yes. So, here is your test. I'll set it here for you. Feel free to take it home, show your parents, put it on the wall. But I have entered it into the grade book, so you are good to do whatever with it that you like. Yes. So, tell me, which crystal was your favorite? Yes, mine too. Well, I'm glad that you learned all about them and you did well. And I will see you in class tomorrow, where we will learn about the next chapter.